Go.
All right, we're coming at you with 3 tips on how to improve your deadlift, right? Everyone automatically assumes deadlifts are bad for your back, but in all actuality, when done correctly, are super safe for your back and very effective at preventing back pain and preventing disability and issues in the future as it relates to back pain. So one of the first tips that we want to come up with is our setup position. This is where all of the magic happens, and if your setup position is not done appropriately, that's oftentimes where I see people have issues in their deadlift. So one thing with the setup, right, I want to keep my feet about shoulder width apart. The key, however, with a lot of people is where their hips lie in their setup, right? So we don't want this super kind of squatty position, right, like an Olympic lift. This is where a lot of people will find themselves, right? So I don't want a squatty position. I want my hips up pretty good and high. Now, I don't want them so straight that my hips are up in the air, but quit trying to squat your deadlift. That is how you want those hips set up. So the setup position is huge. Next, we want to look at lat engagement, right? We got these big old muscles here that actually attach at our low back as well. And if we can help activate and keep those muscles good and active during our pull, that's going to help prevent back pain. So what's going to happen, I always like to cue our athletes to help squeeze those armpits at their setup position here. Think about there being some dollar bills here, and you really want to close those dollar bills down and prevent them from flying away, right? That's also going to help keep that bar super close to you, because if you're not active, that bar will start drifting on you as you start pulling. Now, lastly, the big thing we want to focus on is sequencing, right? So we're going to pull, and what I mean by sequencing, a lot of times people will shoot their hips up, and then they'll pull that barbell. And that again goes back to our setup position. So again, they're kind of doing this number with that barbell. So what we want to do is we want hips and knees to rise at the exact same time. So slow this system down, make sure the hips and knees rise at the same time, make sure your setup looks good, and engage those lats, and that's going to help prevent back pain in the future.